Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at Exodus chapters 4, 5, and 6. As we journey throughout the book of Exodus, we're going to see a man's struggle with his perceived inability, and yet a demonstration of God's great ability. All right, so chapter 4, Moses is going to continue to express his doubt. God says, hey, go do this, and Moses says, I don't think I can. But God provides a sign to confirm his power, including it's a staff that turns to a serpent and then back to a staff again, and his hand gets all leprous and stuff, and he still hesitates. It's like, how much more do you need? Here's your sign, Moses. But Moses says, I'm not an eloquent speaker. I stutter. I don't have someone who can speak for me. And so then God says, fine, your brother Aaron is going to become your spokesman. He's still reluctant, but Moses obeys, and he returns to Egypt with his family. On the way, God reminds Moses of his authority by threatening his life until Zipporah circumcises their son, signifying obedience to the covenant. So God's demonstrating his ultimate power and Moses' ultimate obedience to God's promise and command. All right, in chapter 5, Moses and Aaron approach Pharaoh. They're going to demand that he let the Israelites go to worship God. Well, Pharaoh's going to refuse. You wouldn't expect anything less, right? Pharaoh refuses, and as a matter of fact, he increases the Israelites' labor, making it worse on them, forcing them to gather their own straw to make bricks while maintaining the same level of production. The Israelites are going to then blame Moses and Aaron for their worsening conditions. Moses cries out to God, questioning why God sent him into if the situation's only going to get worse. Then in chapter 6, God reassures Moses, reminding him of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, everything goes back to this promise. God promised to deliver the Israelites with mighty acts of judgment and bring them to the promised land. No matter what God does to promise this to Moses, Moses is still going to doubt. And despite all this assurance, the Israelites are discouraged by their suffering, and they're struggling to believe that God's going to do this. God commands Moses to continue confronting Pharaoh, even as Moses questions his own ability to persuade himself to follow God or anyone else for that matter. So as we look at these chapters, we see that they're a constant reminder, that this huge reminder that obedience to God's call doesn't come easy. And it means that we're going to often face opposition and even setbacks around us, but it means that we must persevere. And reminder of Paul's words in the New Testament, perseverance builds character, and character, hope, and hope doesn't disappoint. So sometimes we must persevere through the challenge. That's it for today. Be well, friends.